They literally said in their blog post that if you take damage within the first 3 seconds of your spawn, that is what they consider to be a bad spawn. Then why am I being spawn killed constantly? That dude just spawned in and I'm putting bullets into him. Like, how are you gonna say you want people not to be into a gunfight? These dudes just spawned here! I just spawned here with a grenade at my feet! 4 years, Treyarch! 4 years! I just spawned, Treyarch! 4 years! 4 years! 4 years! This is why Vonderhaar left! He saw where they were going! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Black Ops 6 beta. Are we having fun, guys? Is everybody having fun here at Black Ops 6 so far? I've got to tell you, this beta has been just an absolute roller coaster for me, man. I mean, the spawns here on the new map Babylon are absolutely horrendous. Now, obviously, it's a beta, right? Everyone's going to say it's a beta. These things can be fixed, and that is true. But was this stuff even tested? And also, why does a map like Babylon even exist in the first place for 6v6, right? It's basically just a larger shipment with somehow worse spawns, which makes no sense whatsoever. It's the size of a strike map, and yet it counts as one of the 6v6 maps in the game. Treyarch themselves has said that there are basically going to be no big maps in the game. They focus entirely on small to medium-sized maps. And why? Why are these maps so ridiculously small? Like, there's no thought that goes into any of these maps, you know what I mean? Like, this game's maps are designed like the TikTok algorithm to keep you dopamined up constantly. It's like these maps are designed for iPad children with ADD. Like, they're just constant run, 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 kill, 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 and then the balancing. Like, don't even get me started on the balancing that we've had to experience so far. They did claim that they wanted these maps to be small, but still large enough for meaningful decisions to be made. But right now, it seems like the only meaningful decisions the players can make are, do I shoot at the guy that's butt sliding towards me or the guy who's circus diving at me? Because no matter what, I'm gonna die, but I guess I can try to take the butt slider out with me. Like, the Black Ops 6 multiplayer experience so far feels like it was designed to be an absolute junk food game. You know what I mean? Like, just feeding players kills and deaths constantly, numbers popping up everywhere, no real thought or any real player input necessary. In fact, I think Time and Space over on Reddit summarized the Black Ops 6 multiplayer perfectly.
Spawn, run, grenade, boom, 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 kill, die, grenade, boom, spawn, run, kill, boom, run, kill, kill, die, spawn, behind, boom, grenade, run, run, kill, jump, slide, kill, grenade, die, spawn, run, boom, boom, slide, kill, jump, die, spawn, behind, kill, grenade, boom, boom, jump, die, spawn, run, grenade, boom, boom, boom.
Now, I know the passions run high during every Call of Duty beta. I'm guilty of that myself. Like, I care about this franchise. I want it to be good, but what I see here in Black Ops 6 is the opposite of what I hoped the game would be like. I don't think it's out of line to say that this seems to be one of, if not the worst, betas in Call of Duty history to a lot of fans out there. The tiny maps combined with the incredibly thick skill-based matchmaking on top of the packet burst happening all the freaking time, the server desync making for such an inconsistent, messy, and buggy experience. Like, everything about the Black Ops 6 beta is just not working, essentially, which, again, it's a beta. That's kind of the whole point, but also the real point of a beta is to give that player feedback and make these issues known so that the developers can get to work on it before the game comes out. Problem is, they drop the betas typically like 1 month before the game is supposed to release, and if this is what they cooked up in 4 years, I'm not overly convinced that they're going to be able to fix everything in 1 month. It might be another situation where we've seen in previous years where a Call of Duty game comes out, it's buggy as shit, and then it takes like 6 months for them to finally get everything running and get everything sorted. But by that point, most people are bored of the game, most people moved on from the game, and then the Call of Duty cycle starts anew once the next COD title gets announced. I will say this year is going to be a bit different in terms of content, right? The number of maps that we have at launch, the number of weapons at launch is going to be pretty good. Having prestige mode, having 100%er, like having things to grind for in the game and things to do outside of just log in and play is going to make the game feel a lot better, for sure. Right now what we have here is just a beta where you level up to 30, which doesn't really take that long, but if you ask most people, it takes entirely too long because they don't even want to get to level 30 because it's just an absolute chore. But the point still stands. It's a beta. There's not a lot to the game. There's no real progression. There's no real anything. It's just running around and experiencing the same couple of maps over and over and having the same experience over and over thanks to skill-based matchmaking. The full launch, I'm sure, will be better, but what we have right now, with how buggy this game is and all the issues and all the feedback coming back from the community, it just seems like barely anybody's enjoying the game. And I might be part of an echo chamber here, but when I'm browsing Reddit, like, just look at the titles of like everything. This is not cherry picked or nothing. Like, this is just the Black Ops 6 subreddit. Read the titles as I scroll down here. Is anybody actually enjoying the game? There's one or two posts I did see where people are talking about how they like the game, but most of the time it's just negative feedback. The spawns are garbage. The game runs terribly on most people's PCs. The game's running terribly on people's Xboxes and PlayStations. Skill-based matchmaking is cranked up to infinity. Every match feels the same. The Call of Duty HQ is one of the worst ideas in gaming, but do you know why the Call of Duty HQ is there, ladies and gentlemen? For the shareholders, for the investors, pretty much, because every year now, when Call of Duty does their big announcements about how much money they make and how many microtransactions they're selling and how many people are playing the game on a monthly basis, they're not just counting the new game. They're going to be counting Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Warzone, as well as Black Ops 6, all combined. So no matter what, they're always going to have good numbers, even if the current game is failing. That's something they learned back during Call of Duty Ghosts. They have to avoid that kind of PR. When Call of Duty Ghosts came out, it had a very negative reception, and back then we actually had player numbers on each individual platform. You could see how many people were playing the game, and maybe 1 month into the Call of Duty Ghosts life cycle, it stopped being the most popular COD, even though it was 1 month old, and more people were consistently playing Black Ops 2 because they played Ghost and they're like, no, this isn't for me. I'm going back to a good game, because Black Ops 2 was fantastic. Black Ops 1 was fantastic. I'd argue Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 are also fantastic. Like Treyarch, I have such high hopes for Treyarch, you know, because they've often been the golden child of the Call of Duty scene, a team that can do no wrong. But if this is what they cooked up after 4 years, then I have to think there is something wrong with them, or possibly the kitchen that they're working in. The beta itself so far has been such a roller coaster for the COD community, and I'm very interested to see how it's going to play out over the course of the coming days as we get closer towards the end of the beta. And as always, I'll be here with you guys every step of the way as we get more information from Treyarch. Hopefully they have a laundry list of things they plan to work on, and hopefully they announce all that soon, because right now it seems like Treyarch lost a lot of that community goodwill from the player base. You know, right now it kind of seems like Sledgehammer might be taking the throne as like the #1 developer for the COD franchise, whereas Infinity Ward, I mean, their fall off has to be studied or something like that. But Treyarch, I mean, Treyarch's been consistently overworked, but they usually put out a very good product. I mean, they always have to help out with the other games as well, but consistently Treyarch typically puts out something that's pretty good. So far, Black Ops 6 still has all the potential in the world, but so far the reception has not been ideal. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle this, because for the first time pretty much ever, Treyarch does not seem to be in good standing with the community based on the product that they're putting out. So stay tuned. Hopefully we hear more from them in the relatively near future, but until then, that's it for this video here today. I would love to hear down there in the comments, what do you guys make of the Black Ops 6 beta so far? I mean, the beta's open, anybody can play it, you know, it's not closed or anything, so a lot more people have had their hands on the game. Let me know your experiences and your thoughts down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.